Trevor Sinclair, your beloved Manchester City, have now not lost in the Carabao Cup for 5 years. I mean, last night, as well as Liverpool, a bunch of teenagers made their debuts. I mean, where do you stand on this, Trev? Blooding youngsters, second-string size, does it add value to the competition rather than detract from it?
Well, I think it enhances the competition because for me as a fan, you're being introduced to certain young talent that are at the football club that have not played in the first team yet, and all of a sudden they're getting that occasion, they're getting that platform to showcase what they can do. And as we've seen last night, it was a difficult game in the first half against Wycombe. They were against physical men who are, a lot stronger. They've got the man strength. These young boys, 18 years old, haven't got that yet. So they're having to deal with a lot of things that they don't normally do in the under-18s or the 23s. And I thought they equipped themselves really well. And so did the Liverpool players. And I think, you see Curtis Jones make his appearance a few years ago in this competition, and look what he's ended up doing at Liverpool Football Club. So for me, I think it enhances it, and it's a great way to see what's coming through at the future at different clubs.
Yeah. I think it adds to it as well, Simon. I must admit, it's a great opportunity
at this
for
stage
them.
in the tournament. Yeah, it's conceivable that you give these players an opportunity, stake a claim because they're not going to get the games. You still have to look at the fact that their front six. If you look at the midfield from Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, Riyad Mahrez, Torres and Raheem Sterling is probably about £600 million of a talent. So really and truly what they did was they gave their backline an airing, i.e. the younger players, to see if they could cope against the physicality of a lower league team that will bring that to fore.
But this is an old school way of thinking. When you're a young player coming through in my day, you'd have something called the reserves, where you'd have some of the first team players that weren't in the side or were coming back from injury, and you'd mix that with a lot of young players who were up and coming. And the amount you learn from games like that, you can't teach that in training, because you're there. The detail that these experienced players can give to you.
Yeah.
And I think it's really vital for their learning, their development, to play with these experienced players.
Sure.
And under the lights in front of a crowd.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.